Why?
What's up, Fandom Alliance? Hope you're having a great day. We're doing video movie stuffs.
Stuff.
Video movie stuffs.
We
So
are,
that's so eloquent of you.
and so
Jealous.
everybody understands what that means. What exactly are we doing?
We are doing our top three?
Top three.
Top three movies that are based on comic books. Now, this is something we've been wanting to do for a long time, and we all know everybody sits around and does it with their friends anyway. So, why not bring it to you in our style?
Yeah, we picked, pretty much mainstream movies, non-mainstream, but these are our favorites. They're not necessarily your favorites. And if they are, then we have something in common.
And if you don't like them, that's okay too. None of us hate you for it.
That was rough.
That was rough. You're mean.
I said none of us hate you for it.
But you thought of hate. So dark. So dark. Alright, let's start off with our number 3. Who wants to lead us?
I'll go first since he introduced us.
Alright, you go
Well,
first.
for my number 3 pick, it's going to be probably everybody's least favorite comic book movie. And it's one of my favorites, is Spawn.
Spawn.
Spawn. And it has nothing to do with Spawn itself. Because Spawn itself was terrible. But John Leguizamo as a killer
Oh my
clown,
god. Really?
Little bird.
it was amazing. It was amazing.
Oh my god.
John Leguizamo plays anything, and he takes it that little bitty extra step.
I have a love-hate with Spawn. Like, I wanted to love it. I really wanted to love it, but it was just so bad. So bad. And, like, the graphics that they were trying to do in it just didn't quite make the mark to me. I loved and hated it all at the same exact time.
Given the fact that Spawn is probably the title, best-known Todd McFarlane thing to date, I think this kind of subdoes the name of his whole comic book franchise thing. But as far as the movie goes, John Leguizamo was the hit #1 thing for that movie.
Yeah,
So.
of course. Alright, hands up if who wants to see a remake. We want to see a remake.
We definitely.
Get on that.
You want to see a remake.
Let's see if we can do better. Alright, we're going to go in a row. So I'm going to pick my number 3. My number 3 is Hellboy. It came out in 2004, which is kind of recent. It's not too old. Ron Perlman in this movie. Oh my god. Loved it. I loved this movie. Oh man, what didn't I like about it? Because I'll put that out there. What I didn't like about it is Selma Blair's kind of whiny attitude about things. I understand she set things on fire. It's pretty bad. But she was whiny. Don't you
She
think?
did blow up her entire neighborhood.
That was a bad dream. Never mind. I won't go there. What do you think of Hellboy?
As far, as somebody who, is very big into the, the makeup design and everything kind of aspect of things, between Doug Jones as Abe Sapien and Ron Perlman as Hellboy, blows my mind.
That makeup was amazing.
The only two things that could possibly top that would probably be the sequel, because they had a lot more in that, and then of course Pan's Labyrinth that comes out a little bit later. But like I said, as far as makeup effects go, through the roof.
Yeah, definitely.
I think what really shocked me about Hellboy was it was the one movie out of all the movies I've seen Ron Perlman in where he doesn't die.
No, there's a couple. There is a couple out
But
there.
not very many.
Not very many. Not very many.
Mutant Chronicles,
He dies.
He dies. In the New Pacific Rim, he doesn't die.
But they kind of play up the fact that he might
die.
Twice!
But isn't that kind of them writing in that Ron Perlman will die? Because he always dies in movies. I think they were kind of playing it around with it.
I mean, in the name of the king,
he
dies.
God. Let's don't even get started on that movie. I love that movie too.
That's a different list.
That's a different list.
Every movie Ron Perlman's in, he dies. For the most part.
For the most part. You gotta love the movies that he lives in. Those are really good movies. Alright, what is your number 3 pick?
R.E.D, Retired and Extremely
Really
Dangerous. Come on, you've got Bruce Willis, you got Mary Louise Parker, you've got John Malkovich, Helen Mirren. Oh my God, you've got that list of people. You can almost say this is going to be a great movie.
Yeah.
Especially when John Malkovich's character gets to play that off-the-wall character he loves to do.
Yeah. Yeah. And the pig.
Oh, yes, the pig.
See, the Red series was going to go two ways. When they made Red, it was going to go one of two ways. It was going to be either a really, really, really good movie, which it was, or it would have been a really, really bad movie. It could have gone either way.
I think it was meant for greatness from the beginning. Meant for greatness. Bruce Willis plays that character so well. So well. I think all of the actors played their character perfectly. It was amazingly done.
Well, I mean, look at Bruce Willis's character creation in Expendables 2.
Okay, the whole Expendables series with Bruce Willis in it.
Yeah.
God, that's a whole other
That's
genre.
Let's keep on with the list.
But it's just...
It's a great movie. And the second one is, I would say, just as good, if not better.
I still haven't seen
that's
the
gonna make our
first...
sequels movie list.
Oh, we'll do a sequels movie list for everybody.
I still haven't seen Red 1, but I have seen Red 2. And I have to see Red 1 because I saw Red 2.
Definitely.
Right.
So,
alright, what's your number 2?
My number 2 movie is actually 3 movies because I can't pick a favorite out of them. It's the entire Iron Man series. And I know that sounds really lame because Iron Man's been out for 5 years.
Well, what do you like about that?
I mean, come on, it's Robert Downey Jr. playing the role that he was born for.
Yeah.
Tony Stark and Robert Downey Jr. are the same person. Like, if you've read any of the comics, Tony Stark is literally the exact physical representation of what we know of Robert Downey Jr's life.
Robert Downey Jr. is the physical representation
of the
Tony Stark.
You know, without the
what he meant.
Without the heart shrapnel.
You know what he meant.
Without the heart shrapnel.
And being a crazy genius.
No, he is a crazy genius.
I don't know if he's a crazy genius. He's a crazy acting genius.
I was going to say, just look at the movie he's played. He's a crazy genius.
He's a crazy genius in acting. What I like about the Iron Man series is Robert Downey Jr. Okay, he is great. He is amazing. I think the first two is much better than the third movie because the third movie was just
dark.
Weird. No, I don't want to say dark.
It wasn't even dark.
It was just kind of like they were trying to rush to fit in a movie between the two Avengers movies. Yeah. And I'll say that also about the Captain America movies. I think they rushed in to try to fit these in to get to the Avengers. And I think the third movie has probably suffered for that.
Well, I mean, they took the story of the Mandarin and they really just butchered the story of the Mandarin.
It was
no rings
weird.
Of power, no aliens, no transforming, no fireballs. Well, there were fireballs, but it was from Aldrich Killian, not the Mandarin.
It was weird. What do you think about that?
I say silly Marvel Universe. That's all I got to say about that. I like the movies, don't get me wrong. All of them. The third one did leave me a little wanting, but it was like this point where it's like, why would you do this? And then by the end of the movie, it's like, oh, that's why you did this.
Yeah.
It just makes me wonder exactly what's going to happen for anything else that they're going to put Tony Stark in the future.
I know. I heard Robert Downey Jr. didn't want to continue doing Tony Stark.
I know he doesn't because I think as far as he's done, I think he's done with the character.
I think after doing these movies, I think the character is up higher for Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah. And he literally said that he's going to do Avengers 2.
Yeah, plus it's done.
But he's done.
Yeah. I hope that they don't replace him if they're going to. I hope that they'll just do Avengers without Iron Man in it, which has happened. There has been different sets of the Avengers. So I'm kind of hoping that they don't put it. If he doesn't want to do it anymore, don't force the man to do it.
If you're gonna continue with the Avengers without Tony Stark, do the West Coast Avengers.
It adds some different heroes.
Yeah, go West Coast.
Come on.
Yes, because we all want to see Paul Rudd as Ant-Man, right?
Yes.
So.
Okay, my number 2 pick happens to be Blade. It came out in 1998. I love vampire movies. I love martial art movies. And this kind of just added both. And I think it's probably amazing. If I see it on TV, I will stop and watch it. All three of them, but mostly the original. I loved it. I think Wesley Snipes did amazingly.
He did, and it was also, you know, one of those movies that was in the Marvel universe, but didn't feel like a Marvel movie.
It didn't feel overplayed and overly budgeted. It was, I think, amazingly done.
Didn't have Stan Lee.
It didn't have Stan Lee.
It didn't have Stan Lee.
There's only a few movies Stan Lee has said he's not been in.
Well, he's already said he's going to be in the Venom movies. So.
Yeah. What do you think of Blade?
I like all three of the Blades, but specifically the two that stand out to me the most are the first one and the second one. Mostly because they have, I think in my opinion, the most developed story.
Yeah.
First one develops the story of Blade and the vampires. The second one adds to the fact that Blade is maybe something of...
Well, I think you mean the third one. The third one has Dracula
yeah.
in it.
But you know, what I'm saying is like they're trying to outdo what they already are, and they're realizing that Blade may be that next step.
Yeah.
And then the third one
they're
basically just says, you are the next step.
Yeah.
Blah.
Well, Drake tells him
Yeah.
that he is the evolved version of them. All right, what is your number 2?
My number 2 is Tank Girl. That came out in 1995. Now, I don't know if you guys have seen it.
No.
Ugh.
I feel ashamed, and I am so sorry I've never seen it.
I love Tank Girl because it's one of the few movies that you could go to it, say, okay, I don't know much about the comic book series, and it won't take away from the movie. Because Tank Girl basically throws the fact that it's a comic book movie in your face multiple times over and over again throughout the entire movie. And the fact of Ice-T in a giant kangaroo outfit.
So,
hilarious.
I should watch this. I don't even know why I haven't watched it. I think I've seen it a couple of times, and I'm like, maybe I want to watch it, maybe I don't. Like, I don't know what's stopping me from watching it. I really can't tell.
I've seen enough cosplay of Tank Girl to make me go, should I watch this movie?
Nothing screams I love you like a dystopian Australia, right?
It's like, it sounds like very Mad Max to me.
It kind of.
So it's like a girl Mad Max?
Yeah.
Or is it, I don't know. I don't know. If you know about this movie and I am missing out, please tell me
You
in the
definitely
comments.
are. You definitely
Tell me in the comments. Alright, now we're on to our number 1 picks. Go.
So, as my number 3 pick was, you know, a movie nobody likes, my number 1 pick is also a movie nobody likes. At least people I don't know probably don't like, according to all the critics. But LXG in 2003, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. There's nothing about this movie I didn't like, other than the villain was a whiny baby.
Which villain? There's a couple of them.
Huh?
There's a couple of them.
Dorian Gray. He was a one.
He was
He was a
main
secondary villain.
He was a secondary villain, but he was still a whiny baby.
Well, he was. That's
Yeah.
kind of how he got his
I've been
curse.
alive for way too long. Single tear.
Yeah.
Kind of situation.
So,
And I mean, just look at the cast of this movie.
Yeah.
my problem with the movie is that I understand that this is a comic book movie, so the characters in it are different than what they would be in other types of history of it.
Literature.
Literature. We'll go with that. Nina, okay, she didn't stay a vampire. And that kind of drove me crazy. It was pretty much Nina drove me crazy. The Invisible Man, that was awesome. I loved the take that they had on Jekyll and Hyde.
Yeah.
I loved it. They were two different personalities, but all one. It was, I think, Jekyll and Hyde, one of the best renditions of it at that point in time.
And the interplay between himself
Yeah.
was insane.
Because he would see his reflection, and it would be Hyde mocking him. I thought it was really interesting.
But as the movie evolved, Hyde became the hero. Hyde defeated the Gargantuan. Hyde kept the ship from sinking. Hyde did everything.
I think that was. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I'm thinking more. That was more for the fact of he kept telling everybody that he wasn't going to be a problem, and he basically put Hyde in, well, not put Hyde in situations, but it made Hyde kind of, he showed everybody, saying, see, he's not always a bad guy, he's just got the odds stacked against him.
I think what they did with Hyde, why am I talking about Hyde? That's not even a main character. I think what happened with Hyde is that he realized he was still Jackal.
Yeah.
That he was still this good, calm guy, and he developed friendships with characters, especially Nemo. I'm saying that right?
Yeah, Nemo.
Yeah, Nemo. Yeah, I'm correct. He developed a friendship with him. And, of course, when he's defeating the big monster, he's doing it for him. He's protecting him. So I think that, in turn, Jackal and Hyde just ended up becoming more of one than...
And then let's go to the main characters. I mean, you had Sean Connery as Alan Quartermain. That is... He's an immortal sharpshooter.
What is that? What is that? I don't even get it. Like, I understand the sharpshooter thing. I get that he was blessed with immortality, but I don't get it.
I think you have to read the literature he's in order
to... I don't get it. I've never read any of the comics.
Because most of the characters that we know and we are talking about are people we know the literature behind.
Yeah.
Like example, my favorite character was Agent Sawyer, which is obviously Tom Sawyer. One thing that they don't know is that, have you guys seen the deleted scenes?
Yeah, Huckleberry Finn gets killed.
Yeah, poor Huck dies.
He gets assassinated.
It's so sad.
It's so dark. It's so dark. Like, so, because I've never read the comics, it looks like they've taken famous literature and made comics out of it, like, what if this is what really happened?
Yes, it's all taken from a Victorian concept. I mean, they go even further in the comics. In the comic series, they bring in Moby Dick as a villain.
Oh, I have another vote. Who would like to see a sequel?
Who will never see a sequel because they will never make it.
There was a lawsuit involved in LXG. Somebody said that they've written the script and showed it to the people that made LXG and was denied. And they went and made LXG a couple years later or so.
Yes.
And they were in a lawsuit because they said that they plagiarized them.
Which is why, because of the lawsuit, they will never make it again. And it's sad because that movie was
so much more.
And that movie is just amazing. And we're gonna move on because we're rambling.
Okay, my number one is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2: Secret of the Ooze. Why this is my favorite is because this is my childhood. My mother, oh my lord, my mother, I think we watched this every day when I was young to probably close to my teens, before we moved out back here to the Midwest. Probably watched it every day. My mother still quotes it. I quote it. I probably quote all three movies to be exact. I love them all, but this happens to be my favorite.
You have consistent quotes from this movie all the time.
Not just this movie, but also the third movie.
So also the third movie. Like, I love saying Leodruli. I love that line. Oh my gosh. I don't know.
Well,
I think the characters themselves had a capability to have more fun in this instead of the first movie. The first movie was very serious, I think, compared to this one. The costumes were better, I believe, in this one. And it kind of showed a backstory, other than the first one did. Because the first one was very much, there was an enemy. Why is this an enemy? Then you go through the history of pretty much just Shredder and Splinter a little bit. This one is actually how the Turtles became the way they were. Mm-hmm. I like that.
Honestly, I wish they would have finished the last, would have added the last, 8 minutes of the movie where it showed Professor Perry as one of the Utrom villains, one of the Krang villains. That would have been awesome!
I think it ended the way it should have ended. I don't think because especially since the third movie was a time-traveling one, if they showed him as an enemy and then they made that movie, it would be kind of pointless. They would have to make a different third movie. And that would probably disappoint some people.
Yeah. And I think the only thing I didn't like about Secret of the Ooze, because still to this day, almost 15 years later, makes no sense to me, is Super Shredder.
We're not supposed to understand.
It doesn't make sense!
How old were you when this movie came out? You were 6.
Yeah.
Just be a 6-year-old. Think of it as a 6-year-old.
I was 6.
This is my childhood. That's how I think of it.
I was 6 years old, but when I look at it now, I'm like,
You're not supposed to think about it now.
metal doesn't mutate. Clothing doesn't mutate. Look at the Hulk.
That dude's almost naked. What are those? There's like cut off shorts. Aren't those wrong for men to wear?
Well, it depends on the man.
I think it depends. Oh.
Ooh.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. But I mean, I think my most quoted line from the whole movie is still "Combat cold cuts."
Combat cold cuts. Next time I'll use mustard. Okay, I have another vote. Who likes the movie just for Vanilla Ice?
No, I'm keeping my hand down for that.
I think adding somebody as popular as Vanilla Ice was into that was, I think it was just great. I loved it. I used to like rap to it when it came on. In my head, I think I can do the dance. Probably can't, but in my head, I think I can do the dance.
Hey, if 4 guys in animatronic suits can do it, I'm pretty sure you can learn.
Well, they're
I'm pretty sure I couldn't though.
professionals. I'm just this.
All right. It's mine's pretty much right up there with hers. Mine is also Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the 1990, the original. Because come on, this sets up the live action franchise of everything that we loved throughout our entire better part of our childhood, from like the time we were like 7, 8, 6, whatever. We know these 4 lovable turtle ninjas that live in the sewers and eat pizza. Come on. Whether it be the Kevin Eastman, Peter Laird comics, or the Archie comics, or the cartoons based off the Archie comics, or whatever, you love them. Hell, even my mom loved them.
Yeah.
And I don't think it was just the fact that they gave her time enough to keep us kids quiet, but
it's always a bonus.
Yeah. I mean, it was a thing. I mean, my mom made sure I was up on Saturday mornings like, hey, you want to watch Ninja Turtles? Hell yeah!
I hope she snatched your mouth.
I hope she did too. I'm pretty sure you did not talk that way to your mother.
I may have thought of it. I may have thought of it.
It's like, hell yeah, Mom.
But it was honest. The saddest part of it is the fact that you get Eli Kotis as Casey Jones. Raph develops that kind of bromance with him, and you can deny all you want. That is a bromance.
It's a bromance in the comics. It's a bromance in the cartoon. The only time the only bromance it's not is in the newest cartoon.
And that's because it's developing.
We don't know that yet. We don't know that yet.
But so far, there's no bromance.
Right now, it's friendly conflict.
But isn't that how it started in the first place anyway?
Exactly. It's like, hey, I'm not going to be shown up by this little punk kid. I'm going to do it myself first. See how
cricket mallet's involved. It's crazy.
Look at TMNT,
don't even.
The movie cartoon sequel thing.
Okay. That would be good if I watched nothing else. I would be alright with that. If I watched nothing else about the Ninja Turtles, that would be like, okay, what? But what's going on a little bit? You'd be a little bit confused, but you would still like it. What I like about the original movies, the live action ones, is Jim Henson.
Oh God, yes.
The man was a genius.
May he rest in peace.
May he rest in peace. His puppets were amazing. And
they're still amazing.
They're still amazing. His company is a great company.
And I'm looking forward to Jim Henson's Creature Shop.
Yep,
Who is
on Sci-Fi.
Yeah.
That's going to be awesome. I can't wait for that. Okay, Fandom Alliance, our camera just went all sorts of crazy, so you kind of missed the conversation. But it's time for us to say our goodbyes. I hope you enjoyed our top 3 comic book movies.
Comment below when you want us to do one that's maybe want us to discuss a particular genre of movie.
A particular actor.
Yeah, things like that.
Oh Lord.
Tell us if these were your favorites, if they weren't your favorites, what your favorites are. We want to know your top 3 comic book movies. Alright, thank you guys for watching.
We'll see you next time.
Later.